Policing in Lagos is gradually turning into an embarrassment and a nightmare under the watch of CP Moshood Jimoh. Hence, a letter to the president to set up a panel of inquiry. This is not the time for media rants. It is time to establish the facts and the figures. Today in Lagos, we have cameras all over our roads. These cameras, once there is a traffic offense, within seconds, you receive an alert on your phone of the offense, your plate number, and amount that you need to pay. So, if there had been a camera in that place where this offense happened, all these back and front will not be necessary. Secondly, that road is a federal road. FRS, road safety, is doing a good job. It is their primary concern, and passports and environment have no business being there. Thirdly, if Lagos State agency must be there, then there's the last man that is also doing a very fantastic job. What you saw in the chairman's activity on that road is just the minutest things he has actually perpetrated in Lagos. I want to tell you his modus operandi. And I challenge all of you to take a visit to Lagos State Task Force Office in Moshood, and you will see how human rights abuses, our rights are being oppressed, and how human beings are being, citizens of this country are being denigrated on a daily basis, with nobody paying attention. A recent example is his forceful takeover of citizens' land. There was a particular case in Victoria Island where he entered a citizen's property, first took away all the CCTV cameras and took them to his office in order for whatever event they may want to do not to be captured. After that was done, he would later come back, arrest the security on site, and bring them to Oshodi. What happens in Oshodi is that there is the mobile court. Mobile court sits down and within minutes will send you to Kirikiri. And when you get to that Kirikiri, I can bet you, if you need to come out on time, you will spend nothing less than 1 million naira. Otherwise, you are going to be there for months. And we still have a lot of people that cannot even afford 50,000 naira still there. If citizens secure their bail and they come to court, the court will continue to adjourn because there are no witnesses to push the case until the citizen is tired and the court is no longer interested in the case. That if the same citizen will approach the court to fight for his fundamental rights, and the court will say, go and serve him notice of hearing, he will refuse to collect that notice of hearing. If the court says, go again and serve, nobody would collect that service. Then it happens in a situation whereby the court now ordered a substituted service. That is, go and paste it. Since they have refused to collect it, go and paste it on the building. As the building was trying to paste He refused the belief of pasting, and the petitioner petitioned the CP. The CP sent 3 policemen, and he decided that, okay, let the secretary collect. But that was not the ruling of the court. The ruling said they should paste it and not the secretary collect. Because he has no power to vary, he doesn't have the power to vary the ruling of the court. That matter is still pending. Operations where the CP will unilaterally send policemen to people's property without investigation, without fearing, and forcefully take over their property and eject them. Not only eject them, charge them to court and deny them from access to the land is what we are now saying that the president should investigate. What has happened in recent time in the Moshood, in Akerele, in Makoko, in Ifeanyi just recently, which is just last week. Like that. And as I speak to you, if you go to 29 Akerele Depot, on the private property there, you will see policemen that the CP have mounted police for forceful takeover of the land. If you live there, you can go and video them. They are there presently on the forceful takeover of the land, 29 Akerele Depot. So everything is online in terms of citizens' property that you see. And concerning authority of federal roads and what is task force doing there. If you look at the police architecture of Lagos, at every critical milestone, there's what is called RRS. RRS is the first responder to any form of crime. Then you now have divisional police station in different areas. And then you also see FRS on the road, and you also see LASMA on the road. Now, when you look at all this formation, are you telling us that those formations are broken down? That for someone that is in Bolade Oshodi to come and intervene in Victoria Island, we can't say all these formations are broken down. That, okay, so we're not saying that those ones have now become ineffective for task force to now intervene in their own negligence. I don't want to believe that. For anybody that have the WhatsApp number of CSP Akerele, he put it on disappearing mode. So that everything you send to him as evidence, under 24 hours, it will disappear. It's deliberate. If you have this number, just try it. You will see, up to this moment, is on disappearing mode. If you have the number of the CP of Lagos, you will see a lot of court orders that I've sent to him. Now, don't go to this place, there's the court order. You will see letters that I've sent to him. You will see messages that I've sent to him. If you have the number of the PSO to the IG, he will tell you the number of times I've intervened that he should call the CP to order. And even the present IG that left, I personally went to his house and I asked him a question. That is the CSP Akerele, is he a policeman? Because it seems uncontrollable. And he told me that he's a policeman and that in fact is under the CP. So any indictment on the chairman of task force is a direct indictment on the CP, because the CP even told me that he cannot sue without his name. So he can't go on any criminal case without his name. So if, let me also tell you that when the Lagos State Task Force was formed, it was to be, is actually directed under the Attorney General. It's the Attorney General that gives approval for any of his activity, but once he gives that approval, the final approval goes to the CP before he can move. Now, I don't know if that is still in operation, but I'm saying the nomenclature of the architecture that was built. Remember when Governor Raji Fashola was actually the governor of the state. And a certain issue like this happened last month. The governor said, look, when you encounter this kind of thing, let the vehicle go. Because what is more important to us is for us not to create traffic. It's the reason why you are outside. It's not to arrest people and send them to jail. The reason why you are outside is for traffic to flow. So there are rules to this engagement, and they know themselves and we know each other. But I'm only sending them a warning to have a rethink, because this is the part one. If there's anything they will do to require the part two, then we'll come for the part two and we'll begin what is called name and shame. These guys are not doing all these things in isolation. They are doing it with the politicians that are aiding them. And we are telling those politicians to have a rethink that Lagos State is the place of decency and decorum, and they must allow it to prevail. When the men of task force come to your property, the first thing they do is to seize all the phones so that you cannot record them. We have evidence to that. And when they seize those phones, they don't return them back to you. But today the court have ruled that citizens have the right to record. Look, in developed nations, police move with body cam. They move with body cameras. Why? So that you can see what they are doing legitimately. Why must you go and do something and you tell everybody that you must seize their camera? It shows that you are not doing it legitimately. And then again, if the citizen should take you to court, you should be happy to meet that citizen in court. Why are you running away from court? And we hope that by this press conference, they redress themselves and make our journey very short and smooth. But if they want to continue, the president is not the only arbiter. There are foreign arbiters. There's ECOWAS, there's UN, there are embassies that are interested in the rights of citizens in Nigeria.